Welcome to the special webinar on acquiring new customers using Facebook lead ads. My name is Kevin Chow, and I'm the Product Marketing Manager. It's a pleasure to be here with you today. We're here to share how you can use Facebook lead ads to power your acquisition strategy. The Facebook family of apps has been and continues to be uniquely positioned to help our partners grow. In this session, we're going to start by exploring the big challenges businesses are facing with acquisition, share how Facebook can partner with you to solve some of these, and then open up to your questions. So let's dive right in. A quick agenda. We'll spend the next few minutes discussing three things that impacts marketers. First, we'll share what trends we're seeing. Second, we'll have a look at the solutions we're building from a product perspective to help you stay more relevant and delight people. Lastly, we'll look at ways in which marketers can act quickly on the leads they generate and simplify things for themselves. And then lastly, we're going to spend quite a bit of time answering questions. So please feel free to enter your questions through the interface, and we'll answer them as we have time at the end of the webinar. So the three big changes. There are three large significant changes in customer behavior that every marketer needs to understand. The first is that people's time and attention are now on mobile. Secondly, mobile discovery is influencing customer behavior at every stage of the consideration to purchase funnel. Lastly, the consumer journey is fragmented across multiple devices and channels. It's a misconception that mobile is only prevalent, though, in developed countries. In fact, mobile adoption has been significant everywhere, but unlike technologies that preceded it, much of this growth can be attributed to emerging markets. In just the last 2 years, 12 countries have seen double-digit increases in the percentages of people who own smartphones. Think about that. In Turkey, over 40% of their entire population went mobile in just a 2-year span. And people are spending less time on traditional media channels like print and television. They're spending their time on digital, specifically mobile, and even more specifically, within mobile apps. And the thing about mobile is that search is not the natural entry point. Rather, people are going directly into their favorite apps to discover content and information from businesses that are really relevant to their interests. So what does this mean for you as an advertiser? Well, this creates challenges if you're doing lead generation. Firstly, it's now more difficult to reach people where they're spending their time. In addition, when you try to reach people on mobile, it's difficult for people to fill out forms on that small mobile device. Looking at our internal data, we found that it takes 38% longer for someone to fill out a form on a mobile than on desktop. So what does this mean? It means that you have higher abandonment rates and inefficient spend. The consumer experiences that we're building and the subsequent opportunities they create for marketers are actually two sides of the same coin. Let's be honest, advertising can really feel like a burdensome tax. For someone who wants to read a great article, they need to wade through pop-ups and video ads, and that little X button seems to constantly elude their thumb. The marketing experience is quite frankly part of the consumer experience. And on mobile, where the screen is smaller and you have the full attention of that person, this is much more intertwined and interdependent. And this is why we take great care to ensure that we're developing a relevant ad in the least annoying way possible. Because in the long run, if people have a positive experience, then you'll win, not just in that moment, but you'll be able to win over the long term by building good affinity with that audience. Simply put, we believe that better experiences are better marketing opportunities for business. And so keeping that in mind, this is how we built lead ads on Facebook. We've recognized that there are pain points for advertisers and people when it comes to finding ads and experiencing them in a very curated and personalized manner. On one hand, people want better experiences when they're signing up for information that's useful for them. At the same time, advertisers want to reach people where they spend time in a way that makes it easy to connect. Lead ads offer benefits in three ways. Firstly, they're optimized for mobile on Facebook. Secondly, because there's no load time, because that form is part of the in-app experiences. Information that the person has already shared is pre-populated, making it even easier for them to fill out that form. And lastly, the person is in control of the information they share. As you can see here, it's easy to edit those fields and submit the most appropriate information for that particular form. So in summary, they solved four key challenges for lead generation. Firstly, it allows you to collect leads on a mobile device. You reach people where they are, on mobile and Facebook, with forms designed for mobile. You improve the quality of the contact information because it's pre-populated with the information that people have already shared with Facebook. No more typing into a small form and submitting information with typos. You can acquire the right customers because of Facebook's targeting. And lastly, you can access your leads in real time by integrating into a CRM or an API that allows you to immediately follow up with everyone that's interested in your businesses. So let's look at some successes that companies have seen. WordStream is a Boston-based startup that provides online marketing software and managed services to help small and medium businesses improve their digital advertising and save time doing it. They want to reach and capture qualified leads from a very niche target audience of small to medium-sized online advertisers in a more efficient way than paid search and email marketing. They started by creating a custom audience of the leads that they already captured through other sources, including leads from previous Facebook campaigns, website conversions, and search. And then to reach even more people, to broaden that base, they created a lookalike audience based off this custom audiences that identified people with similar traits and behaviors of the people that they already knew were their most valuable consumers. They created a lead ad, testing various versions and allowing Facebook to optimize for the ad that resonated with the most people. These ads were bright, simple graphics and prompted a free download of why the person should submit their information. A download call to action linked people to a context card, provided the information, captured their personal contact information, as well as the monthly paid search spend. The sales and marketing teams then use this and other information to determine the next steps for each lead based off the quality. Another example is from Nissan in Japan. They're the 6th largest car manufacturer in the world. And in Turkey, they lead the SUV segment with 3 pioneering models. Following a successful brand campaign that drove awareness of this SUV model, Nissan switched its attention to people who are specifically in the market for a new car, with the goal of converting that interest into purchase by using and generating high-quality leads. Facebook's lead ad format and advanced targeting solutions were the perfect way to capitalize on that interest and created by that brand campaign. They use lead ads to offer a quick and easy way to capture information from prospective customers, where after people clicking on the ad saw their form with pre-populated details. This information could then be automatically shared into Nissan's CRM, Customer Relationship Management System, and allowed them to follow up immediately. We performed exceptionally well for Nissan and delivered the highest sales ratio out of all of their online channels, resulting in a 2.1x lower cost per sale from Facebook versus all other media, including search. But lead ads can be used beyond just autos and startups like WordStream. Quite frankly, we see them across all different verticals and all different businesses, from small to large advertisers. So how should you get started? How should you think about using lead ads? Well, to begin, we recommend that you identify an upcoming campaign where you want to capture some information about your audience. Ideally, we recommend running a campaign all year round in order to build a strong customer acquisition pipeline. Next, we recommend that you define the objective. There are a lot of different ways that you can use lead ads. Publishers, retailers, brands can promote newsletters or information signups. Retailers can advertise a deal or a coupon. If you're an EDU or financial services or professional services company, you can use it to gauge interest and have people submit for inquiry. if you're trying to sell a larger consideration item, such as a test drive or a car, you can use that to promote test drives and other samples in order to get people interested and engaging with your brand. Lastly, and this is important, when setting up the ad, it's important that you provide the right context and background. Requesting for information that's really valuable and let them know why they should be sharing that information with you. After all, this is their name, their contact information. So you really want to build confidence because that will yield stronger campaign results. I want to touch on why you want to take action on your leads in real time. Capturing the lead on Facebook is really just that first step. You really want to then follow up with them and convert them so that they're buying cars or becoming an otherwise loyal customer. With Facebook, you can do this in real time. A study by HBR showed that customers who were contacted within an hour of submitting their query were 7 times more likely to be qualified than someone that was contacted an hour later, and 60 times more likely than someone who waited 24 hours. So it's really important for you to follow up as quickly as possible. So you can advance leads through the funnel by 3 ways. You can either integrate into our API to receive those leads in real time. You can work with an integrated CRM provider to receive leads in real time, and we'll touch on that a little bit more. And lastly, you can download those leads as Excel files from your page. So to talk about that second one, that customer management system. One of the best ways to close the loop is to integrate with a customer management system. This allows a business to easily pass leads in real time to any system that they're using to cultivate and track customers. CRMs and email service providers are usually the most common, but you can also use customer service, messaging, and workflow management to get the full flexibility of cultivating your leads through direct integrations. So why is a customer system integration important? As I mentioned before, not only do you want to follow up your leads immediately, integrating with them also eliminates some of that manual work. So you don't necessarily need to download Excel files all the time. It maximizes the value of the lead by ensuring real-time action. So you're following up them right after they submitted their lead when your company is still top of mind for them. It improves conversion significantly because remember, they're still thinking about your business, they're still interested, and now they're getting reached out to so they can start a dialogue or learn a little bit more about why they need to become a valuable customer. And lastly, this all results in lower cost per lead. Because you're able to convert more efficiently, the cost per qualified lead goes down. So you're more able to effectively spend your acquisition budgets and move people into the acquisition phase of the nurture funnel. Here are just some of the companies that we've built integrations with. If you're already using one of these services, you can easily have any lead generated on Facebook be sent to one of these companies. You can find a full list of all the companies we work with on our Help Center. So just some key takeaways before we move to Q&A. Firstly, people are spending more and more time on mobile, and primarily through apps. Secondly, search is not that natural entry point on mobile, so you really have to think about how you're going to reach people. Thirdly, mobile creates a new challenge for lead generation. The small screens are not conducive for form completion. Facebook can help solve a lot of these. Firstly, we're able to collect leads across devices. We're able to improve the quality of that lead contact information because of the pre-filled nature of the forms. We're able to acquire the right leads using our robust targeting. And you're able to access those leads in real time because of the integrations we've built or the CSV Excel file that you can download. And all of this combines to drive performance and business impact by eliminating the work and maximizing the value of each and every lead. Great. So now it's time to move to Q&A. Please submit your questions if you haven't done so already, and we'll go through as many as possible.